Hey guys, welcome back to Defeating Hair Loss. I'm happy tonight to have my good friend Bobby Dunlap back to help me out with the video. Thanks and welcome back, Bobby.
Thanks for having me, Steve. Always a pleasure.
It's great. It's great. How's things going? Everything good?
Going well, Steve. No complaints.
Cool. So, I was putting together a few videos a couple nights ago, and they were really we're starting to talk about FUE, FUT. We had talked about that a long time ago before your procedures. And as I'm putting these things together and I'm reading my own research about FUT and kind of deliver that to our viewers, like, why isn't Bobby here with me? So I wanted to kind of bring you back, and I was happy to have you around, and you're a great example of what I'm trying to achieve for everybody, which is excellence in hair restoration, and kind of tell your story because you fit literally like all the criteria of FUT. So correct me if I'm wrong, but going back, right, you were kind of like a little bit nervous about finasteride, a little bit nervous about scarring. So kind of throw it out there and tell everybody what you went through.
Yeah, at the time, I was in my, mid to late 20s, still pretty young guy, I would say. And I was nervous because, you look online and see the scars of FUT, you're just like, oh crap, like this could go really bad for me. And so I was kind of leaning towards more the FUE. And then, after talking to you, as always, Steve, always calming me down. And you were saying, Dr. McGrath's a great surgeon, he does a good job. And, for me as well, it was just, I was scared about finasteride. At the time, what if I didn't want to be on it, for a certain period of time. And you said it also, FUT, it brings you the strongest hairs from the back of your head, and it will last longer as well. And so I trusted you, Dr. McGrath, just took the plunge.
Amen.
That's it.
And obviously the work speaks for itself. So just so I can clarify, so when we say Dr. McGrath is a great surgeon, we're not saying he's a great hair surgeon. Now, he is a great hair surgeon, but what we're talking about is the surgery part of an FUT procedure. Now, he was a general surgeon. His residency was in general surgery, so he's literally like doing surgery on patients for 12 years in private practice in Northern California before he started doing that. So it's one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite doctors that I refer patients to. And you're a great example of that. So like, if you could just turn a little bit, like it's literally, you cut your hair way shorter than that all the time, even there's really no visibility. Now, if he shaves his head, you shave your head, you're gonna see that line. So you have to be reasonable. But again, he's young, he's healthy, he healed really well, he followed the post-op instructions. And you know what? Like I told you, there are no guarantees that your scar is going to be as good as his. Now, that's like me sitting here talking out of both sides of my mouth. Hey, don't be scared of FUT. Oh, by the way, you might want to be a little scared of FUT. Well, it's just the results vary. And if you do things, visit a proper surgeon, a really good surgeon who knows how to do this well, he's going to guide you on which procedure is better for you. Just like Bobby ended up landing in Dr. McGrath's clinic, and he's had 2 procedures. And that's really, besides being friends, why he's on this channel, is to show you what can be done with a phenomenal hairline. And I remember asking you, now that it's all coming back to me, about your dad, right? So that was another fear thing.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. My dad's bald completely, and I just did not want to go that route.
So I get that. You're a young, good-looking guy. You're going out on your own. You're out there in the world. You look at your dad. You love your dad, and you're like, man, but I don't want to look like my dad. At least not his head, And I get it. Like, it's scary. And then you were also afraid, as all of you young guys are, about the finasteride. And what do you believe, what not to believe? Like, who do you believe, who you don't believe? It's just so much. Now, I'll be doing a video shortly on how doctors are sick and tired of talking about finasteride. That's actually an upcoming video. But, we want to take our time like we did with you, and we want to walk this through and explain this. And I remember you admitting to me, you know what, Steve, I got good news and bad news. I definitely want to move forward with a hair surgery, but I'm a little skittish about kind of committing to that finasteride long term. I'm willing to do it now. I'm willing to do it for the year you guys want to make all the hair stronger. Do you remember that? You were just like, you just didn't know. Now you're like, you got your own YouTube channel, you're helping people, and you're out there. And now you realize that there's no side effects. This stuff is easy.
I take it every day. So
there's no problems, right? But it was something that was really on your mind, and you were someone that was like, what am I doing here? So there's a lot of components, there's a lot of moving parts. What's really easy to say is this: hey, Bobby D, guess what? You don't have to take that medicine. That's gonna give you sexual side effects, so don't bother with that. Your donor hair is great. This doctor's the best in the world. We'll just do FUE on you. If it doesn't work, we'll just shave your head.
No big deal.
Let's sign it up, right? So obviously, part of the reason that I've come up with this channel Been featured on David DeMuzio's channel, Lock Lab, for 10 years. It's all about content, and it's all about just honest truth and objective information about things you need to think about. So when you come here and visit and you see a real live model, and he is a model, okay? And the work speaks for itself, that can be you too. So anything else you want to tell anybody that's scared of finasteride, anybody that's scared of an FUT scar?
Don't be scared. Just take the plunge. You'll be fine.
And by the way, you know, if something happens in an FUT scar, there are ways to fix that as well. We don't want to kind of, again, throw something else at you to worry about, but in regards to how we heal. Now, Lance Fuller, he's a blogger, a good friend of mine. He's had a couple procedures with Dr. McGrath. He had strip surgeries in Florida with another doctor. Doctor was a great surgeon, and he actually stretched, his scar kind of got stretchy. He has a stretchy skin. We ended up putting some FUE in there and fixing that for him. I hope he's watching. But, you know, a lot of stuff can be done. But in Bobby's, as an example, in Bobby's surgeries, Bobby's life, he's moved on. And again, helping you guys. So, hey, listen, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you later.
Thanks again, bye.